No, you should be good. Just make things more complicated for Hales.
The problem is too, you need to have like a couple spots open to switch sides.
Well, we've still got a DP guy in here. I don't know if he's sticking around, and then we got a few randoms.
I'm surprised I ain't seen more teams in the 761 format utilize the amazing armor on the WZ when it's side scraping. In fact, I think on what is website Armor Viewer for War Tanks, it says I have like 600 plus millimeters of armor on it when side scraping.
Hey, Hellscat, are you back? Guess that's a no.
Alrighty, there we go. I'm back, guys. There we go.
Hey, Hells.
Yes.
Stinger does not
Likewise.
have the Nightmare tag, but UGC is fine with him staying in and playing. So don't kick Stinger. Oh, never mind. He just got the tag. He's good.
No problem. Alright, is there some randoms in here? Yes, there is. I'm all locked down.
Yeah, and then we have a
That's
decent
low.
guy still on spectate. I don't know if he asked to stay or.
There we go. Nightmare home team on this one. This is their slot that they'd like to have, so we allotted Nightmare to have this slot. UGC taking that challenge. Nightmare really coming out in force. Of course, Pants on the Ground, the leader there, Cosmic Crane. Premium Spanner, who was on earlier. And then I'd like to point out KUI Stinger. A lot of the Punish guys coming in now, playing under that Nightmare name. Let me get all set up here on. Get everything set up. A little bit of intro music going for these guys, which they deserve. You get Discord going.
I think our Nightmare might need someone to fill in for them. Don't have enough players.
Yeah. I'm glad to see the huge turnout for them.
I wasn't looking at the screen at the time. I was looking down my phone, and I thought he's actually been serious.
Yeah, me too. I was about to volunteer.
All right, we're going to Miravanka first round out. Then we're going to be going to Ensk after that. This is going to be an awesome run. UGC been doing strong in everything, but Nightmare always coming out and pulling out the win. Nerve, how
Surprised
are you
there's
doing,
no
I'm doing pretty good.
And Tank, where was that, sir?
I was gonna say I'm surprised there's no proc maps today.
Yeah, I kind of kept it out. These maps
Don't like the map or just
No, this week I wanted to change everything up just a little bit.
yep.
So I was the one that picked all the maps this week. Let the teams just do their thing, and
You should try out Lakeville. I reckon that would be interesting.
Yeah, Lakeville would definitely be an interesting change-up on all these guys.
I mean, PC did it in one of their tournaments as, you know, one of the maps. And how that worked out was actually really interesting. So
Yeah, I'd quite like to see that as well. I mean, I believe for one of the tournaments before they had a Lakeville encounter, and we actually we ended up developing some mad strats for it. And every time we went to play it, I think the match got cancelled for one or more reasons, or like the other team like forfeited. So we never actually got to put these like crazy strats into play.
All right, well let's do this. Next week, Lakeville encounter will be ran in all three at 8, 9, and 10 p.m. We will have a new map get brought out thanks to Frazzle and to Tanker. You guys are now going to have this map getting into the rotation and into the mix. Thank you guys.
Just for the memes.
You asked.
Can we add Liberty Falls in there?
Yeah, do it.
Now that's drawing a line. That's maybe. I'll have to do some research on that one.
Maybe on the
Destruction.
Yeah.
Returns. Only. I think Asmodeus TK is trying to seduce me in the Twitch chat. Son.
Yeah, you should.
What's going on in this Twitch chat?
Yeah, am I missing out on some fun or what's going on?
Oh yeah, there's some great talk about Frazzle and his soft accent and everything going down. All right, so teams are picked. Beaver, I want you to run down Nightmare side because those are your old cohorts. And then over on the UGCC side this time round, we'll go ahead and have. I need to ask them really fast. Specs or no specs?
Okay, well, while he is doing that, Nightmare has the LTTB, the OBJ 430 Mark II, 2 E50s, the Baby Bat Chat, a T10, and a Conqueror.
All right, and Nerve, you want to go down UGCC side?
Yeah, on UGCC we've got 2 M103s, 3 E50s, an Object 430 version 2, and the Bulldog.
Interesting pick of the double M103s.
Yeah, it's kind of a worse Conqueror. I'd like to see how that plays out, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely would rather see the Conqueror, but hey, that's cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, that M103 is mobile. I give it that, but too bad its big giant head is very, very squishy. I'm just wanting to get a thumb up from UGCC with spectators and make sure that they're cool with this.
Little fun fact about the M103, I actually, what's the guy's name that hosts what clans and etc.? The coding guy.
JP Negri.
Yeah, that's it. He made a list that shows all the top people for certain tanks, and actually got the highest average damage for the M103, which is quite nice.
Going out to you. That list is very interesting. It is on the Community Hub. If you do not have that, they have the link in the forums for everybody. I'm just going to call it UGCC is not responding.
What's up, everyone?
Wiblin.
Hello.
I thought I'll just poke in, but it seems like it's a busy evening for you.
Yeah, we have some great commentators coming out this Wednesday night. I feel honored and privileged having the amount of talent and great conversations with everybody. I feel honored having all you guys out.
Wow.
Oh, pleasure.
What a compliment. You need anything from me, or?
Just hang around for the compliments if you like, man.
Yeah, he's trying to buy me with his compliments.
Either that or with a nice strong pint.
That will probably do better, man.
Alrighty, here we go. Let's see how this rolls out on this encounter, Nuravanka encounter. Let's see how this rolls out here.
I'm surprised neither team took more than one batch ad AP. I'd almost rather, especially on UGCC, I'd rather see a bad chat than that 430.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder what they're going to do with the 430s as well. Like, on certain formats, what I've seen people do with 416s is use them in the center of the map just to spot as well, because the camera rating on some of them are ridiculous, and then you can just a bunch of bushes around the middle, which they can dominate the entire map from and just not get spotted. I wonder if that's the use we're going to see them in.
The good thing about, I do know about the 430 driver on the Nightmare side, MVG is a very skilled, he is actually Super Unicum in his 430 Mark II, so he is a strong player and knows how to properly place that thing to get to farm some good damage. But looks like over here, UGCC doing a definite hard 2-3 line hold. It's going to be interesting because of all of Nightmare's mediums being out in the Enchanted Forest.
Yeah, it's a bit risky, especially with the cap on the other side.
I feel like
Pretty hard
this
to dig out some M103s, hold down, etc.
Beaver, does this play look familiar?
From which side?
From Nightmare's side.
Kind of looks familiar from both a little bit.
For other people that once on the inside part of the joke here, Nightmare running an adaptation of what we ran in Peril. Dat Punk's going to get melted here if he doesn't get dug in behind that hill.
See, now the mediums from Nightmare have just been spotted in the south. Now, hopefully what we're going to see from UGCC is we've recognised they have a massive overmatch on the 1-2 line, and hopefully those M103s will be pushing on the heavies.
Captain A and
there it goes, yeah.
Both throwing in some major damage, holding it out. Jesus Christ, though, in that LTTB, taking out Daft Punk for being a 5-on-2 scenario. The heavies have lived quite a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, they actually did well for what they were in for. They actually did really well to make up for it.
I mean, they're coming out of there pretty beat up, except for that Bulldog, which was smart. All right, now the medium's now working it. Let's go over here. So, I mean, this is going to be a tough order. Let's see if they'll be able to pull it out. Stinger going across the top, getting melted. MVG separating off Dirt Rider. MVG... Astro going down, Dirt Rider taking him out. Now going after Cav Ranger. Cav Ranger takes out Dirt Rider. MVG now. 430 Mark II on 430 Mark II.
It's an interesting fight.
Bounce and a bounce and a bounce, but the downside is Ram.
There it comes.
Good job. Nice try there, Nightmare. UGCC taking this one. Honestly, I'm not being prolific or taking sides, but that heavy push that UGCC, that was horrible. Those two tanks should have died a whole lot faster with all that firepower.
Yeah, certainly. There's definitely room to improve on the focus fire there. I have to hand it to them as well. They pushed it exactly the right time. They recognised they had a huge overmatch, and they pushed it with maximum aggression. Unfortunately, the execution fell a bit short.
Yeah, I mean that was. They won the battle. Let's see who wins the war. We're gonna switch sides here. Full house tonight. I like seeing full houses. A lot of team camaraderie. Pack the house, get in their head. Why do they need that many players? You know why we need that many players? Because we can. That's always been one of the things about showing up and doing this. All right, so here we go. Yet again, Wargaming, if you could make me a Staples button to make this auto swap, I'd pay you 20 bucks. I swear to God I would.
Sorry about that, Hellcat. I had to take a call.
Oh, it's okay, man. It's all good. You have to
How dare you?
Real life taking precedence over this? Oh. But yeah, no, for me myself, I have to say, I want to say thank you to all of the Wednesday Night Fight viewers, teams, team captains, everybody that has. I did go through a spat there, and everybody was very, very gracious. I appreciated all the prayer givens and all of the thoughts for my family. This is a very tight community, and we're becoming even tighter. I want to say thank you to everyone else.
Did I miss something with your family?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there was a lot. I'll catch you on the backside on that one.
I mean, oh yeah. Hellcat, did you catch the screenshot I took of the glitch that Wargaming had on the console? They actually had tournaments listed on the homepage.
Yeah. Yep.
That that is actually the ESL portion. That is.
Yeah, can't wait.
So.
Yeah, this is another noob move by Wargaming.
It was only on there for a few, maybe an hour or so. When I went back to check it, it was gone.
Yeah, they realised they messed up pretty
Is there
quickly.
still room? Is there still room in the, in the training room or?
Yes. Essentially.
Cool.
Essentially, what? Okay. Am I going to get in trouble? I don't think so. I don't know. I really hope this doesn't ruin my. I'm gonna leak it anyway.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Okay. I can put it to you this way: from the information that I have been given, that I cannot divulge too much farther because of liability and lawsuits. It is its own room, which can be. You won't gain experience, but you gain money.
You just have to say that one word.
So, I'll see if I get my butt chewed tomorrow for leaking that information.
Told you.
Well, I mean, I hope you don't, because everyone kind of knew that there would be some kind of prize involved, so to say, for yourself.
Yes.
That's all right, no one will tell. We're all friends here.
Yeah.
And everyone watching. Keep quiet.
Yeah, keep quiet.
We know your IP addresses.
It's your ISP.
Oh, I gotta get here. Room's open. There, Quev. You want to roll in?
Is it on East?
Yeah, it's on easy.
Yes.
Give me 2 seconds. All right, it's open.
I see it. I'm in. Oh, it's fucking full room, isn't it? Holy hell.
Holy crap! More nightmare guys.
Jesus.
Well, if you need room for it, I mean, I can just back out if you do. I mean,
No, it's okay.
so damn crowded.
It's okay. I can make it work. I can make it work. You know, I did a mega match, and
A mega match?
where we had
What the hell are you talking
we had so Tubbins was in there, Nerve was in there, Ace was in there, Genuine Jokers, you name it, we had everybody in on a late night. You name the team, they were in there. You had, I think, Parco was even in there, and it was just all across the board. Kind of matched up people with their teams as best as I could, and it was an awesome time.
Hope you put 7F and TNG in the same team. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, no, I put them against each other. It was an awesome time, and it only left me available with 1 slot, so I had to move around everybody, switch sides with 1 slot. So it looks like.
Well, it's better if you. I mean, if like between battles, I can just jump out, create an extra slot, and then jump back in once you swapped everyone around.
Okay,
That's probably a lot easier.
That'd be awesome. So Fraz, if you want to go down Nightmare, and then King, you want to go down UGCC side.
No, sure. We have an M41 Walker Bulldog, an Object 430 Mark II, 3 E50s and 2 M103s.
And on the Nightmare side, we have 1 LTTB, 3 E50s, 1 Batchat AP, one T10, and a Conqueror to round it off.
Alrighty. I'm just trying to pull you. There we go. All right. So,
Interested to see the M103s again instead of Conquerors. But yeah.
I don't know if that's potentially a lack of tank choice.
Could be. Or they just prefer the tank over our Conqueror, but that would be weird in my opinion.
I mean, really, what does the M103 have better than the Conqueror?
Nothing.
Oh, well, gun depression, but I think it's by 1 degree, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It's 7 degrees on the Conqueror.
Yeah.
all right.
Well, this guy's got 3 marks on it, so I guess he'll enjoy it.
The M103 is not that hard of a 3 mark.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got mine in about 70 games.
Yeah, I should see the potatoes driving it.
To 89% in 36 battles, but then again, I free XP to the top gun and spam nothing but heat.
Oh, really? Yeah, I had to go through that bloody T-32 gun. That wasn't fun. Had to lose a couple million credits for that.
Seeing like we're changing their strategy on this one, they're no longer sending any of their meds to the Magic Forest.
It's good to see LTTBs running around maps again.
Oh yes.
Seeing that thing drive around. Bouncing miracle shots off their asses.
So the Bulldog knocked down all the trees, made himself a little cubby, and he is parked. He has made a home. He pulled out his lunch and a thermos.
Well, he might have saw that stat list from Negri, right? That he was tracking down tree cutting. Like how many people, how many trees people cut down every game. So he might.
One of my clan members was on that. He was so proud.
Warthog, yeah, he was all over that list.
Oh, the Warthog was, yeah.
A Warthog, yeah, or Lumberjack.
Interesting roll right now. Really slow pull. Batchat and E50s on the backside.
Yeah, pretty standard setup though. I would actually expect that Batchat AP to go with the light tank to create an overmatch there, but then again, their Bulldog is just sitting all the way back. So
everybody waiting for more info. UGCC, not really. They're just taking the peek, seeing if anybody's coming up and over, using proxy spots, make sure no one's coming down the 4 line. All right, so now they're sending out their Bulldog to get a quick spot, just see where everybody is.
Yeah, I would have preferred that. Well, they're kind of moving up their batch AP and E50 now. I would have stayed the E50 back and just only sent the batch AP towards the LTTB and just tried to take out that Bulldog. So you have a flank open. But, now they're sending the E50 there as well. They're risking, that they just push in on the heavy side.
Yes, and fear that envelop yet again.
Yeah, but we've already seen that UGCC are quite quick to recognise it and push on an overmatch as well. So it seems like a bit of an unnecessary risk for Nightmare to be taking right now.
So the E50 didn't even make it past the 50-yard mark and already got spotted up. I mean, UGCC does have its mediums in play and all the way in the back. I'd call that a dead lane. I wouldn't mess with it. I wouldn't muck with it.
The thing is, I think his thoughts were like, I don't want to get too far away from the team in case they're gonna rush me. But now he's basically sitting on lower ground. Already got a shot in his face. It would have been better if he just stayed back with the other E50s.
Yeah. He ammo racked, so that means he's used at least 1 repair on it. First shot coming out of that 430 Mark II. The Heavy's taking blows. No reason to really stick your nose out there right now. I mean, don't go out there so far to get hit. Don't be going blow for blow.
Well,
Most of the I'm surprised that the M103's out trading.
If you're going to be trading, you need to be sure that you have the better position, so you're winning the trades, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
they only managed to get 1 shot off now on those M103s.
So
I guess they're wiggling really well.
That E50 that got MRX.
He just got MRX again.
Again?
Again.
Because this first shot that he got, this guy in the middle,
Okay.
he already
Well,
had his MRX damage.
I'm watching his tank, and he's just fixed his MRX and then got re-MRX.
Yep, he's double MRX.
That's
he's all but toast. Get out of there, it's a lost cause. E50 pretty much stuck unless he can use the houses and don't go forward. There you go.
Yeah, but that E50 has absolutely been down in the moment.
It's a good defensive position by UGCC with those E50 sniping ahead, you know, sniping against everything that tries to get around.
Pan's getting really anxious on there. Already lost half of his life.
Yeah, I'm watching this corner. There's really no need for them to be trading around these corners at the moment. They know where people are. There's no pushing.
I was about to say those M103s need to switch sides because one of the M103s is already half dead, but they just did. Seems like the heavies are going to be pushing in.
Silent should have got hit there. He should have got at least one round put into him. So that's a huge miss from UGCC on that end.
They're pushing.
Here comes the push.
Hey, that's interesting. Yeah,
this is a spread out push.
Oh, that E50 got Amarak as well. Silent as his Amarak damage. I don't know if he still had his repair, but he's about to die anyways. There you go.
That was a very good push by UGCC as well. I feel like they went a little bit wider. They could have got in and taken out these heavies a lot more precisely than what they did. Lost a lot of health.
Ooh.
And that was just for clean up.
Yeah, it's just clean up. Now they left the U50 that's double ammo-racked. Someone just need to put one good round in him. We might have a top pop. We may have a top pop. No.
I'm surprised you haven't gone mad with this camera where it snatches to someone when someone dies. Very annoying.
I got requested to not mention it because they thought it was annoying that I even if I would have went, oh, dang it, they think that's annoying. So I had to. Nightmare getting wiped out there on the Miravanka side. We're going to be swatching it over. Going to Ensk this time round, but Astro coming out with the M103. What am I saying this? M103 with 2232. Rip. That's all I could say. Rip, rip, rip. UGCC putting up a strong front. They're coming out and proving that they're gonna against.
And they made the M103s work, man. They made the M103s work. Then again,
I mean, it's not a bad tank.
Pull it off with Conquerors as well. No, it's not useless. But...
Well, you know, in comp scenarios, this is quite a interesting, you know, tank considering it wasn't widely used unless, yet again, it was lack of their tanks. So.
The Object 432 actually worked pretty well in this map. It is a fantastic side scraper.
Yes, it is.
Yes, but I would still prefer like a T10 or a Wheezy for that matter. I mean, why would you use a medium tank for that if you can get a heavy tank to do the same thing?
I'm hoping to see like they're going to run mediums. That's what they run is the Object.
Well, let's see here if they're going to pull out the typical meta here with a couple batch head APs or E50s that are out there and own the 9 line. And then let's see if we see an AMX 5120 come out.
Yeah, if I would run a tier 9 medium, I would go for a batch chat.
Yeah, I agree. On a map like this, especially on encounter as well, like you can guarantee most of the fighting is going to take place from the 1 to 5 line as well. There's plenty of space for batch APs to be able to run around and get these flanking opportunities in and like start dumping clips into preoccupied tanks.
But yet again, it's them like they're running their 103 successfully. Maybe RG has had great success running their Object 430 Mark IIs. It's interesting.
We have actually never run one. We've just seen them that they work on this map. We prefer WZs.
I wouldn't pick M103s on this map either, but you know, like I said, they probably prefer it.
The IS-5 is a choice pick. It's a T10 hull with the stock turret. With a decent
I'll be right
gun.
back.
Yeah, I feel like they could go for a lot better picks than something like an IS-5 for an 8.
Well, what I usually prefer picking on a city map like this, as tier 8s, I would just go with 250-100s, for example.
Yeah, me too.
Interesting. Yes. I mean, I don't
Or
know.
if you just want to get the info, just go with a bulldog or whatever. If you definitely need some spotting or so. But I wouldn't run with tier 8 heavies. But that's just my own preference, I guess. Yeah, and I don't really understand the M103 and Conquerors either for a map like this. T10s, Wheezy 114s, and even E75 will, in my opinion, be a better pick. But they might actually go field,
No, I'm inclined to agree. I'm inclined to agree. I feel like the T10s and the Wheezy 14s are really, really strong on maps like this. You've got short spaces to cover for pushes as well, and fast heavies like that. Yeah, they can swoop in and take advantage of those overmatches a hell of a lot quicker.
And the angled armor, is just a lot more useful on flat ground.
The T10 and WZ, they work for any map. There's very few maps that they won't work. You can't work straight out for them.
Well, if you're on an open map, obviously, me personally, I would prefer to use a lot more mobility with medians, and maybe I put in like 2 heavy tanks, and I would rather pick a Conqueror than over the Russian or the Chinese heavies. But I mean, yeah, you can make it work. Yeah, sure.
All right, so both teams got their listings up. We'll make it kind of crazy. Hey, Quevlin, I'll let you go ahead and roll down the UGCC side, and I'll run down Nightmare this time around.
Nightmare, all right. Nightmare is running with the IS-3, the Glory IS-5, 2 E50s, a T10, a Conqueror, and ending with the Wheezy 114.
All right, over on the UGCC side, we got a Bulldog, pair of E50s, trio of M103s, and a Conqueror. Interesting setups. I favor Nightmare side just because the brawlability. I mean, the Wheezy and the T10 should have monstrous games here, bar none.
Well, it depends obviously how they play their tanks.
I definitely feel like Nightmare is not the right
What I find most interesting to see is that there's basically outside the Bulldog, there's no autoloaders.
But then again, UGCC proved us wrong in the last game with the M103s, and M103s did a really good job as well. Let's just see if they can repeat it in an urban situation as well.
It made more sense on Muravenka than it would on a map like this.
I mean, the 103 can side scrape a little bit. I mean, it can do it. Get caught up in the tracks. It's the turret that keeps just getting that M103 in trouble. Lower plate, pretty pinnable, but yet again, I mean, I've seen people.
It's troll.
Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting roll. Let's see if we're going to have any fast setups and shoot down the railroad tracks. Let's look for those shots. Anybody going to take it? Anybody going to take it?
Bulldog is going to try to lit them up.
Jesus tried to get a quick shot in on Astro. Big bounce on that turret. There you go.
Yeah, the Glory got lit up, so they might be able to shoot through the tracks.
John McClane trying to get a lineup on the Glory.
Oh,
swing and a miss.
I'd really like to see some shots come in from this 5 line. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Nightmare are going to be able to connect any.
Zatire out there is playing with fire once he realizes the only thing that's over there is an E50.
I'm guessing this Conqueror is going to be placed in that window, but he will be stuck there though. No, he's not. Yeah, it wouldn't be wise to go there.
Nightmare, ooh, Jesus Christ, getting stuck on Wits. Wits really angling himself out there and it blocked in his E50 from being able to get out of there.
I'm back.
Here comes the E50 push down the 7 line.
Interesting to see. You're gonna try and overmatch that E50 there.
All right, so now that's obvious. So they're gonna try to go for that L formation that TNG is really, really good at to get those cross shots.
M103 of UGCC got a lot of damage in on him though. That was a bad trade for him.
Captain Aiden needs to spin around. He has to give. Somebody's going to have to give Dirt Rider some help. There he goes.
Yeah,
So
Tier 8 and E50. Oh, they're all falling back now.
Yeah, they're all falling
have to be
back.
careful.
This is.
If UGCC's heavies push in, that T10 is going to get screwed. They're already moving up. They see that Nightmare is, you know, turning around to defend the flank. So good reactions by UGCC's heavies there.
All right, Pants going to get triple teamed here by two 103s and a conch. Why is Nightmare still pushing? Oh my gosh, this is bad.
This M103 is getting ripped by the Congo.
I feel like that was quite a big overcommit by Nightmare just to knock out those E50s. They could have done that with much smaller force,
Well,
given those E50s did overcommit.
The T10 did a good job on delaying.
Oh wow, yeah, look at that.
Getting killed.
Extremely so. I can't believe he's lasted as long as it has.
Conqueror solo that M103.
103, excellent job there by the T10.
Yeah, T10 getting out of there. The Conqueror and the 103 was able to get out of. Oh, someone's gonna burn to death here. Jesus.
Oh, it stopped. He got lucky.
He got lucky. Nightmare turning this around by, I would just say, player skill.
Yeah, I mean, excellent job by individual players on Nightmare's side as well. They're conquering their T10 really held it together there.
Yeah.
If they'd have fallen as quickly as most players would have as well, then that would have been a whitewash victory for UGCC.
Yeah, they kind of split up their heavy force as well on UGCC side. They were like, you know, we only have to put 2 tanks on this T10. We can push the other ones already to the next target. But that didn't really pay off for them because it took forever to get that T10 out. And the mediums on the flank didn't really have a chance of falling back either. They was getting smashed.
Yep, excellent job by the Conqueror on Nightmare's side, throwing up almost 3k.
Yes.
Big differences on the numbers on the
Killatrilla, 33-23 out of that E50 over there. GG's, good job to him. Just the end. It was crazy. You would have thought at that time it was over. I mean, Pants held on against a 3-man rush and then still gets escaped out and still lived. Yeah,
he blocked 1,200 damage there. And the Conqueror blocked 800 as well. He basically 1v1 that M103.
Well, there's the show.
Yeah, that M103 tries to face hug, and that's not the. Well, I mean, it's an okay idea against the Conqueror, but it's quite tricky.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
All right, let me.
No, the Conqueror is going to pen the M103 in a face hug situation nearly every single time. The same can't be said. For the M13 training with
the DPM on the Conch is just better though.
Yeah.
Hold on, Locked Hornet. Match is not ready just yet. No, get out.
You want me to quickly jump out to give you a bit more room?
Real fast, so I can just.
Yeah.
I can do that too. That's easier.
Just make sure to open the room once you're done.
It's still wide open.
Alright. Just tell me when I can get back in there.
I'll jump out as well.
Yeah.
I will make this my last match, I believe, as well, as it's 3 AM right now.
Yeah, it's nearly 4 for me.
Oh, thank you guys for sliding out and making it a lot easier here. NFTG really in a hurry. They really want to get this game going. All right, everybody, come on back in.
Alrighty then.
got everybody back. We do. Yeah, there, Fraz, thank you for so much for coming out and first time commentating with us. It was amazing.
Thank you very much for having me, sir. My pleasure.
Alrighty, so this is see if we can do a do or die on this one here. Fraz, if you want to roll down Nightmare side, and then Quedlin, if you want to roll down UGCC side.
Certainly. On Nightmare side, we have 2 E50s, an IS-3, a Glory IS-5, a T10, a Conqueror, and a WZ 111-14.
On UGCC side, seems to be going with the same lineup as previous round. M41 Bulldog, 2 E50s, 3 M103s, and a Conqueror once again.
Awesome. Look like pretty much the same lineups as they did last time. Let's see if
both teams same lineups, I think.
So yet again, this is going to be based on everybody's individual tank skills and see how they run on this. And let's see what type of call they decide to roll with.
Yeah, I thought like UGCC didn't make a bad call there. You know, the heavies pushed up straight up when they had to, when everyone of Nightmare was turning around. So the calls were pretty alright. It's just the execution was a bit off.
Agreed. Yeah, no, I agree. They made absolutely the right call to do that push in as well, and it could have worked. Well, what I would have liked to have seen from UGCC side is that when that push came in, have their E50s withdraw a little bit so they can keep backing them out rather than have the E50s stay there and just get beaten down by the entire Nightmare team.
Yeah, exactly.
It would have been nice to see them withdraw and then push in with the heavies at the same time.
They just had to delay them by falling back.
We're going to get any 5-6 line shots coming across.
I was going to Nightmare have a lot more mobile setup as well. They're able to get their tanks in position to get those shots on the 5 line if they can actually get the spots.
What I usually like to try on an encounter map is get that light tank towards like the middle, at like let's say F5-6 basically, somewhere at those houses, and then light them up instead of going through the field.
Nightmare now going tight into the 2-3-4 line, where UGCC is hanging out towards the 4-5-6 line.
Yeah, they're still moving though. Pretty standard setup for Nightmare there on the north spawn.
Yep, they have taken the first kill box, so it seems like UGCC is going to be coming up a little short. They're not going to be able to get fully deployed in that little area. Captain Aiden got spotted. So
yeah, Nightmare is more connected, like more together. UGCC's positioning is, a bit more spread out, I guess.
That Glory IS-5 getting around into Cav Ranger. Astro taking a peek. No one around the flag area. Calling the guy hanging far back from the corner. McLean and Monster really getting a little testy here. He should get punished, but I think he's going to get away with it pushing up so far. All right, so there's the...
Oh, those M103s are going to get in a sandwich real soon. If those E50s going to get around. They do have an E50 themselves on the flank that might be able to delay it, but that's 2 against 1 there, though.
Interesting setup here. I don't know how well that Conqueror's going to do. I mean, we'll have to see how it rolls. Dirt Rider taking on Zatire. Zatire trying to get the quick spots. He's going to get away because they're both on a reload.
I mean, for fights like this,
Cav Ranger coming in now on the backside. Call me the guy needs to probably disengage and watch the E50. Okay, he puts the round into wits there.
I still feel and have a significant advantage over here, so but the M103s are trying their hardest to try getting this engagement as well. It's not in their interest to fight a prolonged battle.
The Glory is about to
go
die.
Down. Yeah, Wits was going to go down. It's the position he was in. Conquers.
Now the E50 needs to keep that flank going, though. He can take that T10 in his ass, or even a Conqueror, but he just fell back to the M103s.
Yeah, it didn't make much sense. I think he's trying to support the M103 Daft Punk.
Now they're just gonna be in each other's way there.
See that E50's from and really need to get in the fight as quickly as it possibly can right now.
Yeah, they need to get, because call me the guy in that in the Wizzy's gonna get ripped.
That really did not make sense what that E50 was doing. Driving around getting shot. He now finally able to take out the T10 maybe, but yeah, there he goes.
Monster getting double teamed there by the Conqueror IS-3.
This looks very much like N's going to take it, although they have almost full health and 103 and some very low health tanks, but it looks likely that Nightmare's going to take this one.
Yeah, they can just share the
damage. Nightmare had a lot better positions for the tanks they were possessing as well. Like the UGCC were trying a bit too hard to be very aggressive, and they're fighting with tanks that are just superior at that sort of thing than they are.
Well, you know what I found weird though. I mean, Nightmare was kind of a bit more spread out, and you know they made the push, trying to get for an overmatch. You know, with that E50 taking out that IS-5, but that then didn't continue that way. They could have just overmatched those guys, get inside those buildings. Those E50s would have been out of their sights then, you know, and they would be able to take out those tanks in there. But they decided to split off themselves eventually as well, and didn't make much sense.
So the pair of E50s over on Nightmare sides combined throwing out almost 6k damage. That's huge in that instance. This is why I like having all these guest commentators, very vocal, very opinionated. I love how they lay it all on the line, and you guys will call someone out just as quickly as anybody else, you know, on what they're doing. So, all right, we're going to Game 5. This is awesome. We're heading over to Ghost Town. Beaver, could you inform NFTG and them just a couple moments that this ended up going to?
In just a second.
Right, I'm going to have to call it a day there, gentlemen. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yes, sir. Thank you so very much, Fraz, for coming out. And yet again, this layout that we have now over the screen there, this was all thanks to Frazzle and his awesome work that he did do for this overlay. Big shout out and thank you for that, sir.
No problem at all. Anytime. All right, thanks very much for having me, gentlemen. I should love you.
All right, have a good night, man.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Hey.
So this time around, what I'll do is Nerve, I'll have you go down the end side, and King of Guns, I'll have you go down the UGCC side once all the tanks are picked.
What was that, Hal?
I said I'll have Nerve, I'll have you roll down Nightmare side, and King of Gun roll down UGCC side once all tanks are picked.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I want to say a big shout out to everybody on the watching the stream. Like us, love us, hate us, follow us, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the follow button. Check us out, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, internet, everywhere. You do it. Please check out Tank Talk Live. We had a very interesting conversation. Yet again, I am putting up this link up on the channel. If you want your internet not to be changed, limited, you might want to click on this link. If you want more information about the net neutrality rules and how you probably will lose Netflix, Hulu, and all your streaming stuff, check out that link. If you don't want to have a bottleneck on your music streaming, Pandora, iHeartRadio, your name, everything on there, you need to click that link. If you use the net for anything, for gaming, everything, you need to check out that link. You need to go to it, and you need to sign yourself on the petition to stop corporate ISP providers. Do it.
Oh.
Do it tonight.
All right. Chill down. I will.
If you want to know more about the information, check out the previous Tank Talk Live. I did do a breakdown of what it did, how this does affect you and your family. Or check out everything about net neutrality. Google it. You'll even learn the stuff there. If you're on the Discord channels, I did post it in the Wednesday Night Fight Room. We did post it also in the hub. The community also needs to come out for that. All right, so we got tanks getting picked now. Back to the action. Game 5, Ghost Town. All right, I did this last time. We're going to do it again. So, tanker, you got $50. Which side?
I'm probably going to go with Nightmare.
You going to go with Nightmare? All right.
Yeah.
King of Guns, you got $50. What are you going to do?
I'm going to Nightmare.
Another Nightmare. Oh boy, here we go. All right. Beaver, you got $50. What are you going to do with it?
I want to see the rest of the tank picks first.
Commendable. Nerve, did we lose you? There you are.
No, I'm here.
Nerve, you have $50. What side you thinking?
I'm actually a little bit concerned about Nightmare's lineup right now.
Yeah.
That is it.
I'm going to go with UGCC.
All right, so Nerve rolling. King and Quedlin, you both have Tanker. You all have a chance to voice your opinion now.
Probably not the best thing to say on stream if you're gonna ask me what I'm gonna do with $50, to be honest, you know. But I'll probably go to the red light districts in Amsterdam. But no, you know, considering the previous battles in Ensk, I will go with Nightmare. But yeah, their lineup is, I don't know, questionable. But I'll still go with Nightmare.
Right, so we still got 50. So right now we only got. We got one person for UGCC right now?
Yep.
Please, I'm all alone.
All right.
Nerve is going to take it all.
Give me all of your money.
I like the Conquerors, but I don't know about the 3 5120s.
I mean, y'all can change your mind still. I mean,
well, that's the thing that I do like about their setup.
If they would change one of their 5120s for something that could sustain keep sustained fire, it would work better. That's the only problem with autoloaders, is they have that long reload.
As long as they can make their shots count, you know, and just focus on the same target, they will have a chance. But yeah, if they're going to be all over the place, not so much.
Now, I will put it this way. They have two tankers in the Conquerors that throw up every game that I've ever seen them in, and even in losing games. Nightmare does have two guys that throw up 3K consecutively with Conquerors. There is a little bit of information out on that. So, I mean, I have to stay in bias. But so right now, if UGCC pulls this out, Nerve's a big winner tonight. And we'll see how we go. All right. Here, I'll just do the quick rundown on Nightmare. 1 Bulldog, 3 Conks, 3 AMX 5120s over on UGCC side, waiting on one more tank, but they got a Bulldog, pair E50s, M103, E75, AMX 5120, and
drum roll, please.
Tortoise.
T95.
M53, 55.
Oh.
Going shotgunning. I don't know.
Well, they pulled out the E75. I'm going to go with Type 4 Heavy. Which team had that the other night?
That would actually might work.
That made me think of the other night. I think it was Monday when that Type 4 Heavy went flanking over mines.
Wasn't that UGCC playing?
Around. Could be, or it was the other team they were playing against. But they sent like a Type 4 heavy around the mines for a flanking. It took forever.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
And he had the best game.
He did.
Yeah, he ended up with the most damage. Yeah.
One more tank. Come on, UGCC. Who's it gonna be?
Could you quickly open the lobby, please? I got a service unavailable thinger.
Yep, go ahead. Open.
There it
Alright,
goes.
yep. Give me 20 seconds.
Oh, whoa. Now they have two AMX 5120s. There we go.
Ooh,
Alright. Coming in, team training.
I like UGC's lineup here.
Oh,
Yeah, I would have gone with one less C50, I think, though.
I can't see your lobby.
It's open, public. Here, let me close it and reopen it. Alright, how about now?
It's a player limit, though. It says 15.
See, on mine it says 30.
Ah.
Minus
Could you send a game invite, possibly?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds.
Yep, thanks.
Interesting, yeah, because over on my side, if you even check out on the stream, it's saying straight up open public,
Well,
30 players. Interesting.
For me, the training room sometimes bugs when I'm like hosting it. You know, whenever I want to open the room, I try to set it on, public, but then it puts like the player limit back to like 2. And I can't really. Yeah, I'm like, why? Why is this game being so annoying?
All right, there you go.
It's wargaming, man.
Let's try this.
Everything
Right
in
now.
their power to get you annoyed.
Oh, am I in? Yep.
Traditionally have 0 lag on the East server. Now that they put the last patch in, I can't. The East server is unplayable for me.
Pursuit drive. Mean there.
I don't have any issues playing on any server.
Well, I
Did it
didn't
change
either
from
until this
server?
last patch.
Well, it didn't change anything for me, but
And just a reminder to everybody tonight, just in case, if you think this is the end, this is just the beginning. We have the big game next game. NFTG
Ooh.
versus TNG, 768, Ent Steps, and Ghost Town, all standard. So stick around. This is going to be an awesome night.
yeah. That's a really good matchup.
I wonder if TNG will do the same shit they always do with Inks.
Turtle?
Yep.
Alrighty, so here we go.
Ooh.
I did earlier have a a question thrown out to me by one of the individuals of Nightmare of which strats and how we ran the Ghost Town. So look for a peril play.
Whatever did happen to Pearl? Did they just
Well,
disband or something?
In that case, I want to transfer my money to UGCC and bet on them.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Too late.
I'm just kidding.
All bets are final.
Yeah.
The 3 conks are going where they can use their gun oppression. Looks like they're going to use their 5120s for an ambush.
Beaver, does the play look familiar?
It does. I feel like those 5120s should be at a different position.
Yeah, they should be at a
But
little
the
bit different
Conquerors
position.
definitely where they should be.
All right, so here we go. Peril did break up. They're still there. It might make a comeback. Peril's just took it a break.
UGCC should be getting a lot more information with the 50s and that Bulldog.
Premiums there were getting lit up.
There we go. Knowing that M103 right there with this big giant squishy dome. I do think, though, they should have brought over one of the conks over to the positioning over by Premium Spammer and MVG to utilize its gun depression. Premium Spammer needs to quit poking out. There's no reason.
I wouldn't put a 5120 there in the first place because the gun depression on the 5120s is pretty horrible. So in order for him to get a shot, he'll need to drive all the way up. And yeah, it's just not working on that position, in my opinion.
So both light tanks see each other, split off like a bat out of hell. Nightmare should have got the intelligence. I would think that they would figure out that they're in the same exact area, just on the opposite end of the way.
What I just don't understand is why Nightmare is not trying to get more information with those E50s. I mean, the only thing they could ran off in the outskirts, basically, is that Bulldog, you know, and they can just smash him. So they can get way more map control if they do that. But they, you know, they just park them right there.
So the light tank economy, the guy doing actually decent work, slowly getting their information without really putting himself too much at risk. So GG to that guy. All right, so now they're doing a slight split. They now have essentially upper ground.
Did the 5120s of UGCC got spotted? I don't think so. Did they?
I know Premium Spammer did at one time, and then Silent. MVG has not. So.
No, I mean on the other team. UGCC.
I think
no.
the E75, the M103.
I think they're still unspotted, right?
I figured the light tank's gonna blast back up to 3, cut across the D3 area, and get back up to like B5 to get a spot. Now this is dangerous. Here comes.
I mean, those are the two tanks you want to know where they're, you know, before you're gonna do anything crazy.
Premium Spammer coming back up with the Conquerors now.
Can't see if these guys can put the clips in for these other 51.
Yeah, that Conqueror was in a vulnerable position, but that 5120 didn't have the gun depression.
MVG shot out wide. Map cut off half by half now. Here comes the other 5120 to give back up.
Both teams clearly want to win this tiebreaker. They're playing really cautiously.
Premium Spammer actually going out wide with
Ooh, the Bulldog might be in problems.
Dink dink. All right, call me. The guy needs to get out of there. He can't die.
Yeah. Oh, those E50s can cut him off.
Oh, he's getting ripped.
Oh, that Bulldog is just soloing.
Oh, and there goes the other Bulldog. Is he going to not make it out? There it is. Gone.
Yeah, no. Premium Spammer got him.
I took out both their lines, thanks.
All right, so no more spotters. This is where the E50 should shine.
Yep.
Ooh, one of their Bulldogs got ammo wrecked.
Silent taking a hit there. Low roll.
Bro, we shot Silent. That was only 200.
Yeah, that was a low roll. Someone loaded up. All right, Wits and them should have shots right here on Shoddy. Nope, no connection. They need to watch. Wits needs, Stinger needs to watch his side. Here comes the push.
It's basically 3 5120s against 2 5120s on that side. On this, they're getting overmatched as well. Those E50s needs to do something. There you go.
John McCain has the small gun on that 5120.
They should be focusing on Wits right now.
Wits just got ammo wrecked.
MVG went around the corner. MVG's going to
spreading out the damage, though.
Dapunk's going to get clipped out. Dapunk's gone. MVG came through the center to help delete, but now MVG got left all alone. He's toast. Where did his others go? Silent.
They're a tank. They're a tank up for now, but they're losing on HP. Nightmare it is.
They're getting bled dry.
MPG is about to go down.
MPG needs to run.
Oh, they're all reloading though. They're all reloading.
Run. MVG is also ammo racks.
Is Premium Spammer, was he ammo rocked permanent?
MVG is. I don't know about Premium spammer.
Spammer's been out there for a long time on the reload.
He's
They
not
just-
ammo, right?
Oh.
It wasn't that long because he was putting shots into McCain and them.
I'm worried Nerve is gonna take all the money home though. It doesn't look good for.
All right, Spammer's
Nightmare.
reloaded. Silent's gonna come in for the quick pop.
Oh, miss.
Miss. All right, you can't be missing those shots with an autoloader right now. All right, those conk is he's screwed. Captain Aiden is gonna be SOL here.
Yeah, those E50s are just gonna clean house now. E75 got plenty of health as well.
These 5120s need to stick together. One, take out,
Nah, they're not gonna-
kill a trip. No. Nope.
This is GG's.
Yeah, this is
UGCC.
We made a mistake.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, this was a hell of a fight. What was the bad thing was the
Yeah.
5120s kept separating. And I mean,
Yep.
I mean,
They're big.
if you're gonna run that many
big
autoloaders, you might as well stick them all together.
Oh, good pan there. Oh, and he got a double kill. Double kill.
He needs to watch his back.
I don't think he can outrun me.
For reload.
Oh, there's
yeah.
your fire.
There it is. GG's, good job, UGCC. Nerve's the big winner, taking home all the big bucks tonight.
Yeah.
Party at Nurse Place.
Yes.
What can I buy with all this money?
Whatever you want, baby.
Alright.
Premium Spammer coming in with 33.56. GG's, good job on that one with the 4 kills. Over on the UGCC side, pretty spread across, not too bad. Killatrilla in the E7. That's that same guy that ran the E75 that did 5K damage on Monday. Insane. All right. Thank you for sticking around. UGCC, thanks for coming out and playing. Nightmare, it's always a pleasure. Nightmare does have that throw out to any team that is out there watching. Has the shout out, I guess I would say, on.
Oh, I'm gonna join TNG's party.
Alrighty. So we're losing.
Yeah, GG's to these teams.
Yeah, I gotta head out and head
entertaining.
Hellcat too. I got work tomorrow, so I gotta get up pretty early for tomorrow for work. So I gotta head out too.
All right, there, King. Thanks for coming in.
All right, catch you later.
Quevlin, you sticking
Yeah, no
around
problem. Have a good one, guys.
for this big
Yeah,
match?
man.
Awesome.
This is the match I've been waiting for.
No, but those, yeah, I mean, the match that we just saw on Nightmare vs UGCC, there were some entertaining matches. I enjoyed watching that.